If you're in Georgia and you're thinking about retirement, there's one question that probably looms larger than any other, right? And it's this: how can you create an income you can absolutely 100% count on for the rest of your life? Well, today we're going to break that down.
Yep, this is the big one, isn't it? This is the question that keeps so many of us up at night. It's not just about saving enough money. It's about making absolutely sure that all those savings actually turn into a steady, reliable income that you literally can't outlive.
And answering that question today means we've got to face some modern challenges head on. For most of us, the days of just leaning back on a company pension, well, they're pretty much over. And this new retirement landscape, it can create a whole lot of anxiety.
These are the exact worries we hear about every single day. Things like, how on earth do you make sure your buying power doesn't just shrink over time with inflation? Or are you really getting the most you can from Social Security? And then, of course, the really big ones. What if you outlive your money? And how do you make sure your spouse is totally secure if something happens to you? These are real, complex concerns.
But here's the good news. You don't have to navigate all of this with guesswork and just hope for the best. The key here is to move from that feeling of worry to a place of confidence. And you do that with a clear, personalized strategy that's built specifically for one thing: guaranteed income. So what even is a guaranteed income strategy? Well, think of it like this. It's a plan built around one core promise, and that is making sure your essential expenses, your mortgage, your bills, your groceries, are covered reliably, predictably, every single month. It's really about creating a financial foundation so you can finally stop worrying about the bills and actually start enjoying your life. So how do we get there? Well, it's a really clear three-step process. First, we have to analyze everything. I mean, your income, your investments, your spending habits, the whole shebang, just to see exactly where you stand. Then, we create a strategy to build a reliable income stream, one that's designed to cover those monthly essentials we just talked about. And finally, we optimize that plan. We look for every opportunity to minimize your taxes and protect your spending power from inflation.
Now, a huge piece of that income puzzle, and one that is so often misunderstood, is Social Security. So let's really dig into that for a second.
Look, here's the bottom line. When it comes to Social Security, your claiming strategy can literally make a difference of tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. No joke. So timing isn't just some small detail, it's everything.
This really lays out the choice pretty clearly. On one side, you've got the common mistakes, like just claiming as soon as you turn 62 because you can. On the other side, you have an optimal strategy. We're talking about strategic timing to boost your payouts and actually coordinating with your spouse to maximize the benefits for your entire family. It's the difference between just guessing and having a real plan. And, beyond your own financial security, a truly great retirement plan has to address another deeply important goal: making sure your loved ones, especially your spouse, are protected no matter what happens down the road.
And what's the ultimate goal here? It's simple, but it's so powerful. It's about creating a plan so that during what would already be an incredibly difficult time, the very last thing your spouse has to worry about is money. It means they won't even have to consider going back to work. It's about providing genuine peace of mind.
So how do we make that a reality? It's not just wishful thinking. There are specific actions we take. We start by assessing your full financial picture as a couple. Then we look at every angle to maximize Social Security survivor benefits. We also explore tools like annuities, which are basically contracts with an insurance company that can provide a guaranteed stream of income for life. And finally, we make sure your estate plan is completely in order for a smooth transition. When it's all said and done, it comes back to this one idea. Confidence in retirement doesn't come from just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. It comes from having a concrete, guaranteed plan that covers your needs, protects you from risks, and provides for the people you care about the most. So if you're ready to move from that feeling of worry to one of real confidence, the next step is just a simple conversation. We'd like to invite you to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Georgia's Safe Retirement Planners today.